currently have DP making some noise behind me. He's fangirling really hard. Good evening, I'm Nicole. DP, come in here. Come on in. I love the wave. You can come hang out for a little bit if you want. I'm a big fan of that. Are you for or against the wave events?
Against.
Why?
It's lame.
Why?
It happened authentically, and now it's keep searching. There you go. It happened authentically. It started authentically, and now it's.
What's the origin story? Where did it start?
Seattle, 12th man.
Mm.
And they did it, and then the Mariners did it, and then everybody else got it. And then everybody else made it lame because it's like for people who don't know that there's a game going on.
See, I don't buy that. I'm not pro wave. I'm anti people who don't like the wave.
Well, it's the game. You're there for the game.
But there's other cheers that go on. Other chants.
That's not a cheer.
Yes, it is.
That's not a cheer.
That's I would qualify the wave.
What are you cheering for? Each other?
Yeah. Just camaraderie of the fans.
So we get to the lowest common denominator of, hey, look, we can all stand up together on time.
Yeah, because they say like stand up and shout. Like then people do that.
That's lame too.
Okay. So people who are anti-wave are just anti-standing up and cheering.
No,
fans?
go to like if you're Texas A&M 12th man and you actually do yells. Okay, do that because that's a part of a thing that it's structurally that it's respectful of the game being played. It's respectful of the game itself. The wave is just kind of, hey, the popcorn man isn't coming real soon, so let's stand up and make some noise. And it's lame.
Okay.
It's lame.
I don't buy that. I am anti people who are anti-wave.
The wave that I did for you is a thing that was specific to you because I would not do that for any team in the country at any level in any sport. The thing that I did for you is for you because you're Nicole effing Griffin and you deserve that.
Thank you.
But no, I'm not doing a wave at a stadium. Like but I'm also a little bit officially the old get off my lawn dude. Like I'm here for the game. That? Oh, the gray hair. I was like, listen, shut up, and watch the game. Like this is what we're doing. Like I don't need the 12 beers a dude game on my row, and it's my row. Like
you paid for that entire row.
Like it's
not the one seat.
Right, it's my row. Let's do it together. I love cheers at high schools. I think that's fantastic. But they don't do the wave at high school games. There's a reason why. They're true to the game. Like they're there. It's like it's chaos and it's wonderful.
I feel like there's just not enough people.
Well, that part too. But that's the beauty of it is that you can go look. We can do football without the wave. Like it's showing us. Hold on, fight this thing. Do not go.
So does that mean like the fans need better stuff to cheer for then? So they don't have to get to cheering for doing the wave?
Yeah. Engage me. Give me better music. Give me better videos in the stadium.
So it's not the fans' fault. It's the sporting event that they're at's fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. But fans, there are certain places you go in the country where they say no to the wave. Well, they just like if somebody starts the wave, they will boo that thing down before it gets to their section.
I've never seen that.
Oh, it's spectacular.
I just see the wave start, and then like on Twitter, people are like, "Ban the wave."
No, it's usually the people in the middle of like for baseball. It's people behind home plate because those are usually old people with money who come all the time to games and really have zero interest in waving 81 games a year. So they'll just look at the people like, oh, crap.
It just dies.
Look at it. Here it is. Here it is. Look at this. Look at these. And as it goes by, they're like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The wave is for kids and new people who don't always go to games.
So where is the purpose for the wave?
I understand it. I just don't think those people are valuable.
Oh, my Wow.
You know, I'm so
hot
kidding.
takes.
You know, I'm so kidding.
No, you're not.
I don't think you're valuable.
That came out of nowhere.
Well, because I'm a sports snob.
Okay.
I'm fully a sports snob when it comes to fan behavior, game presentation, etc.
Okay.
Like I want a little party in my game presentation. I want a little party in my pregame. I want some festiveness to the postgame. But the wave is just it's remedial. I don't know what to do, but I can sure stand up on time and go woo, and then.
But no arm.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like that was your moment. Like that was all day long, 24 hours a day to do something really spectacular, and that was what you chose. That was your moment of the day. Find better ways. Find better things in your life. You deserve better.
Wow.
You deserve better.
People are so for or against the wave. I never realized it. Until...
Did your college do the wave?
No.
See?
Not really, because no one... Okay, so I went to USD. No one was there at the games.
Well, okay. But that's all right, though. See, you didn't have less than because it wasn't necessary.
Well...
But I bet the people who came to games were at all the games. Like the same... whatever percentage.
Yeah.
Showed up
Like
all
the
the time.
Coyote Crazies.
Right.
They probably tried to start the wave.
They probably did. They probably told people outside. They gave out little pamphlets that said there will be no waving here.
At this time.
Yeah,
or we are going to start the wave. A flash mob.
Yeah, we're going to... I don't like flash mobs either.
Oh my gosh. What do you like?
I don't like flash mobs either. I like most things. I'm pretty chill. But flash mobs have
Very chill, but I hate the wave.
Well, no, the wave is just, it's an obnoxious lameness. It's lame out loud. Like maybe that's what it is. Lame out loud.
What about like the YMCA or the Hokey Pokey? Or
if somebody did the Hokey Pokey, you would have to call 911 from me hysterically laughing myself and not breathing.
Okay.
Like, if the first person that Hokey Pokey's around me, I just dial 911 right there.
What are you like at weddings? What about the?
Oh, I'm the party starter.
Cha-cha slide.
I don't line dance. Line dance? That's dancing by numbers. Okay, that's the person that needs to like color by numbers.
Hey, I'm one of those people. I very much enjoy it.
But do you at least improvise and add some of your own flavor?
Why would I do that when it says to put this color with this number? I take direction
so you're a follower.
Very well.
You're a follower.
I take direction very well.
I'm creative.
Well.
See, I'm not linear. I'm creative.
Okay.
And the creative thing, like if somebody decided to, like they were going to have dance off at the stadium, cool. Like not planned. And just they put the camera.
No, not a flash mob.
Right, no flash mob. I don't need it planned. I don't need structured dancing. I don't. Okay. I don't need that. If you're going to dance, I want to see you dance so I can see who you are.
You don't want to see me dance. I
absolutely do,
no.
And it's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. It's so gonna happen.
Where would it happen?
Oh, we'll make it happen. I'll throw a company party just so we all dance. Like at a wedding, at Connor's wedding, they had the line dances going on. I was like, no. But then they played one of my jams, and I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and get up.
What was the jam?
And give them a little bit. I think it was My Prerogative, Bobby Brown. And there's a thing, no matter where I am in the world, if My Prerogative comes on,
that's it. That's your walk up.
That's my bat signal. Like you just called, like they're like, DP, we need you. This dance floor needs you. Any MC Hammer, New Edition, there's certain ones that Will Smith, like any of those, you're just simply begging for me to come dance.
Yeah. You're like, fine, twist my arm.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Well, I was kind of snobby about it until Bobby Brown came on. I was like, all right, dust them off. Let's give them one. Let's give them one for the road. And then I leave. Usually, like for my whole lifetime, like I was the guy that was invited to everybody's wedding. I think I've been best man like 9 times.
Wow, you're so popular.
I was.
How are you so cool like that?
Dancing. I love to dance.
Wow, you're the best man because of your dance skills?
Yes.
Do you even give a speech?
Oh yeah. Oh, but I give great speeches too.
Okay, how long are they?
Like a minute 15. Past that.
That's not even a speech.
Oh,
That's
it is.
Toast.
Oh no. It's listen. Say what you got to say and get off. Leave them wanting more. Like, come back. That was awesome. Like, we're like, dude, enough.
You've been best man 9 times.
9 times. I have. It's so funny too. But usually it's next. Like, I'm the guy that'll dance with grandma and the mom,
but you won't do the wave with grandma.
I would not do the wave. Cha-cha slide. Y'all go ahead. Any of those, go ahead. I'll be over here.
Sit this one out.
Well, but see, if I go out there to that, I'm going to do the dance, but then I'm going to add my own stuff, which throws off people who barely know how to do the dance.
Yeah, because they're trying to follow.
They're trying to follow, and I'm like spinning, and I'll meet you back here. And then they go, wait a minute, what was all that you did before you got right there? I don't know what that was.
Wow.
Like, I'll spin around and meet you at the front.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So we're gonna dance.
Well, I'm really interested in this company party. Where would it be at? Who would be our DJ?
I don't know where do people go to dance in Lincoln, Nebraska? Remember, I've been here through the pandemic, so it's not really dance conducive.
Well, I've only been here for 2.5 years too, so I don't know a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm like, weddings is where I dance now. Like, if I go to DC or something, I dance. Like, everybody knows, like, oh, DP's in town. We're gonna.
Oh,
I go to Utah.
Wow.
I go to Utah. They're like, we're going to the spot so DP can do his thing.
Well, maybe we need to find our own spot.
It's a thing.
Why do we have to go with what other?
Well, we can make a spot. That's usually what happens. Is that we take our crew and we take over a place and we make it ours.
Yeah.
But I just don't know where people go to dance in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Big Sky, you're the college kid. Where do you go?
Does Big Sky strike you as a dancer?
You never know. You never know.
No. That was a sincere question because I could be surprised by this.
I mean, he's very like.
He's a hockey player, so man.
What?
He's a hockey player.
You didn't know I played hockey?
No.
He's a hockey player.
He's also a pilot, so he could also be a two-step.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, if I had to wage a bet between who was the better dancer between Big Sky and Nick, I would choose Big Sky.
Oh.
I was in my freshman year of high school. We would do units, and our teacher would do all-stars for whatever unit we did. If it was a physical thing, I was a dance unit all-star.
See, I just went that. Now, I wouldn't pick him over Rico.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely
I wouldn't pick him over Rico, but I might pick you over. I would pick you over Jake.
How was Happer's wedding?
Jake's had practice. He's been to a lot of weddings. He's in that age group.
Yeah, but
go to weddings all the time. He's practiced. I'm out of practice.
Jake is I've had too much to drink, so I'm going to dance guy, rather than the guy who's purposefully.
But he's
dancing.
had 4, silos, and he's feeling fine.
I'm not sure Jake knows how he's feeling after the I'm not real sure. Like, actually, surprisingly enough, Mark Onweiler might be the 3rd best dancer in the building.
I think we got to rank them. We have a whiteboard of all the shows.
Tom's pretty good. I can't imagine Sipple dancing.
Might be a dark horse.
I just can't. Well, he's a boxer though, so he should be able to move his feet.
Yeah.
He was a boxer. Tom's the guy that, he does his little thing. He looks good in his own space, but there's no real purpose to it. He's just kind of there having a good time. Yeah. Like, he's the wedding guy. He would, he'd do the sprinkler, and then All
right, we got a ranking going.
Okay.
There's 10 people who are here.
We'll go in reverse order so I can tell you.
Rico's in the top 5.
Rico's 2.
I don't know if there's exactly 10. I just did a top 10.
Rico's 2. Behind Rico, I'm going to say, well, we can now include Jay Foreman. So Jay, I would put Jay right behind Rico.
Okay.
I'm gonna shock you guys, and I'm gonna put Mike Schaefer at 4.
Yeah.
Because he's a good time guy. So Schaefer and Connor back to back. Tom Stevens. I've never seen Bach dance.
Okay.
So I'm going to put Bach right with Tom as a really good wedding dancer, but not a dude who's going to go to a club and dance.
Okay.
Then I'll go Sorensen. Then I'm gonna go. What?
We have Sip, Nick, DP.
I'm gonna put Mark. I'm gonna put Mark Onweiler there at 9. And then I'm gonna put Sip because he's a boxer.
Well, what about who's our number 1? You're just gonna be humble and be number 1?
That's look.
You're putting yourself as number 1.
Not even close. Not even close. In a blowout. It's a rout. It's this would be Oklahoma versus Western Carolina, where you're bored and you're trying to find some other stuff to do.
76 to nothing.
Like it would be over at the end of the first quarter. Like I would break out my like an MC Hammer like video dance, and they'd be like, "Okay, I'm done. Like it's over. Like it's there."
Well, we need honorable mention because you can't. That's how every ranking
goes. You got the All-Star over here, so you got Big Sky.
So so I'm not even on that list.
Well, because you just said
you've never seen Bach dance.
I've never seen Bach.
Steve M. Sipple dances better than Nicole.
No, I would put you number 3. I would move Jay Foreman down to 4. Because Jay Foreman could do a dance, but not a lot of dances. Like Jay Foreman could do like the running man after a score. But if you put him in a room, like I'm not sure that he was gonna break it off.
Have you seen the video of like the high school coach? I think it was who used to be with MC Hammer's.
Yes. Yes.
I feel like that's like you or Jay. Just someone's like, I can.
I danced for all my teams. We had victory dance. Like the team would go in the locker room first, no matter what sport it was. They go in the locker room, and after a win, we go through and they'd be talking, and I'd walk in, they get quiet, and the captain would always stand up and go, "Victory dance!" And then off we would go. Off we go.
Well, we need to have victory dances here.
We could do that.
We need to get like strobe lights or like Christmas lights or disco balls.
There are videos of me dancing online. You could. There are videos of me dancing online. So I'm the guy. So imagine all the NFL cities that I was in and the NBA cities that I was in. I danced with the dance teams.
Doing how? What?
So I would go and I would actually dance with. So I was one of the judges to pick like the Redskins cheerleaders.
Oh.
And then I would dance with them. When I was in Carolina, every year they would ask me to come out and dance. Like when they did the big Christmas show in the stadium, they would ask me to dance with the Carolina Panthers cheerleaders.
The more you know.
The Utah Jazz, I would dance with. I would actually go through. As a matter of fact, we would jokingly, they were like, "Okay, he's our choreographer," because I would tell them they didn't have enough swag. Like they didn't have enough.
So you're like an honorary choreographer for professional sports.
I was an honorary Washington cheerleader.
How about that?
Not for nothing. Yeah.
Change your bio.
Those videos are online. So there's a video on from New Orleans. Me and Becky went down to watch Washington play New Orleans, and they had a band that played. It was a big outdoor thing before you go in the stadium, and they just out of nowhere they decided they were going to play Bobby Brown. And
you're like,
before
here
you knew
I am.
Then the circle started, and the high five started happening, and it was a mess. And it's online. There's a video of me dancing with the Carolina Panthers mascot, Sir Purr. He came on my TV show. The cat, Sir Purr.
No, the mixed reality virtual.
No, that is not. No, Sir Purr is God. And that is blasphemous and disrespectful. What the Panthers did.
What's fair doing?
That is awful. That is awful.
I didn't enjoy that video.
Nobody did. No one did.
I was like, why did that?
No one did. No, Sir Purr is one like he would do. So Tootsie Roll was his jam.
Okay.
Because it opens up all kitty. And so he would come out and then me and him would dance. So I think there's 3 shows of me and Sir Purr, kind of getting a move on.
How about that? DP reliving the old days. Not old.
They're old days.
Old days.
This was before pins and screws in the spine and the torn meniscus surgery. But even now I could, I can give you a little show. Like it was Becky can dance. Becky's number 2.
So Rico and Jay are all getting dropped.
Yes, Becky's number 2. Becky's the second best dancer in the company.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, Becky in a ballroom kicks my butt. Like, she's one of those full ballroom spin, flip, pointed toe. Like, she's that chick.
Wow.
And then we would go, like, that's literally why we're married, is our first probably 20 dates was us either her coming to watch me play ball or us dancing. We'd go to Georgetown in DC and we would dance like for like 5 hours.
That's so fun.
Yeah. You would expect that from her, right?
No, I would. I wouldn't expect it from you.
Well, she will vouch. She will vouch.
Well, we'll just have to wait for the company party. So
Christmas party.
Yeah, the Christmas party. Or we could do it sooner and it could be like a
Christmas party. No, she will vouch.
We just missed Labor Day. We could have done a Labor Day party, but well, DP, anything else before we let you go and go to break?
No, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you both. Kick tail. This is
who? Big Sky and I?
Both of you. Like, I'm proud of you both. Like, this is remarkable, and it's a step on the way. You know, I'm proud of you guys.
Well, I think he's like looking at me gazingly. He's not. He's watching the NFL game behind me. So
well, you have the hat on today. So okay. So you have you been given the playbook on women and hats?
No. I wear this hat all the time. This is my only hat.
Okay.
I have 3 hats.
So I was taught this early on.
Oh no.
By an older woman who said she would wear hats around men because it made them focus on her eyes.
Oh.
And I was like,
I do it so they don't focus on my face. Because I'm not wearing makeup or my hair's done. Gotta let the face breathe.
No, I'm a fan of less makeup as well. So
well, I'm a fan of no makeup. So
no makeup works. Like real is preferred. Like, I'm a weird dude. Real is preferred.
Mm-hmm.
Real is preferred.
Here I am.
Real. And you have your fan club. Like, I'm finding out how big your fan club is. I was like, oh my goodness gracious, Nicole Griffith. Man, talk about the talk of Lincoln.
No, that's not true.
Look at you go. Everybody smiles and it comes running when it's Nicole Griffith.
I just love the community so much. So they're so kind to me.
And they love you.
Yeah, that's what I say. They love me, so I love them back.
They love you. Yeah.
Well, this has been a memorable first segment. It all started with DP doing the wave, and then we talked about the wave at events. I am not the wave. I'm anti people who are anti the wave.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
my apologies.
Deal with it. We're going to take a break. After this break, we are talking Husker baseball, not football.
Okay.
Baseball with Ben McLaughlin.
Nice.
After this, yeah.
93.7 The Ticket is hiring. We're looking for a highly confident, driven, and energetic individual to join our team as a sales executive. You can begin your exciting career in sports radio at a locally owned independent station and work closely with our crew of on-air personalities. If you enjoy meeting new people and working with them to solve their marketing needs, this could be the job for you. Head to theticketfm.com for the complete job description and instructions on how you can apply. 93.7 The Ticket and BDP Communications is an equal opportunity employer.
Is your kitchen outdated and in need of a facelift? Kitchen Tune-Up in Lincoln specializes in 1 to 5 day kitchen updates. A 1-day tune-up is like taking your car to get detailed. And a 5-day job can tear out cabinets and put in new ones. And they work on both kitchens and bathrooms. You don't need to worry about a long, drawn-out process that leaves your house a mess for months. It's simply 1 to 5 days with these services. Call Jason at Kitchen Tune-Up today at 402-340-0008 or go to kitchentuneup.com for more info.
We take our college football Saturdays so seriously at 93.7 The Ticket that one post-game show simply isn't enough. Join Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and DP for The Ticket postgame. 90 minutes following each Nebraska game at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. They'll break down the game from their vantage point and bring in special guests as well, with giveaways to listeners who drop by. It's The Ticket postgame with Jay Foreman and DP at Tanner's Bar and Grill. Sponsored by Action Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning and Vinny Kreekak of State Farm Insurance.
Deck City is Lincoln's DIY deck headquarters. With real deck professionals, they can help you throughout the entire process. They also offer financing for qualified customers. Deck City offers the best quality materials so you have a deck built to last. There's everything from yellowwood lumber to the best quality TimberTech composites on the market and high-quality aluminum railings by Westbury or Diamond Piers for easy footing install. For those looking to bring your wood deck back to life, they offer good-proof, ready seal stain. Deck City, your deck material headquarters, is now open Saturdays from 9 to 1, 2 blocks north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Uncle Tim, some friends and I are getting together this weekend. Can you buy us some alcohol?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Come on, it'll be low-key. My friends always say you're cooler than other adults.
Oh, well, all right. But don't let your mother find out and don't get caught. Hello, officer. What can I help you with?
Are you the uncle of Samantha?
Yes. Is she okay?
You're under arrest for procuring alcohol from minors. One of the minors drove drunk and killed the mother of 2 last night in a crash. You're looking at up to 3 years in jail and a $10,000 fine.
Don't make the same mistake he did. We need you to be the responsible adult. Underage drinking, adult consequences. There's no free ride if you provide. Learn more at projectextramile.org.
Sponsored by Region 6, Nebraska DHHS, and SAMHSA. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Hey guys, looking for that extra confidence when it's time to have fun? Let me tell you about BlueChew.com. BlueChew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. BlueChew tablets help men combat all forms of ED. BlueChew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part? It's all done online. Don't like swallowing pills? No problem here. BlueChew's tablets are chewable. BlueChew's tablets are made in the USA, and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy. And here's a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code TICKET at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code TICKET to receive your first month free.
Tractor Supply Distribution Center in Waverly is now hiring for all shifts. They're a 24/7 facility and a clean environment to work in. There's potential to earn up to $25.25 per hour with opportunities for overtime. They also offer a retention bonus as new team members are eligible for a bonus as high as $1,000. Come be a part of the Tractor Supply team. Apply today at www.tractorsupply.jobs. Now that Ken Richards has purchased Brokers Agency, he and his professional staff will continue to provide their clients with the same excellent service under the Brokers Insurance Agency name. Brokers Insurance Agency works with more than 15 companies to help find the best policy for you to avoid any long hassles. Also, if you're looking to get into the insurance business as an independent agent, they have the formula to make that process smooth and successful. Call Ken with Brokers Insurance Agency today at 402-420-5353 or visit brokersinsuranceNE.com. Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is your go-to service call in Lincoln and Southeast Nebraska for expertise, convenience, and reliability. As your home and business needs expand, so do the services Action can deliver. Now positioned as Southeast Nebraska's premier installer of charging stations for electronic vehicles, they're always committed to a job done right. Give them a call or visit their website at actionlincoln.com. Action, your proud sponsor of the Ticket Postgame Show.
Tailgating wasn't just meant for weekends. Join 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday at Chick-fil-A for Tailgate Tuesdays. Scan your app with any purchase on Tuesdays and you'll be entered to win a tailgate meal for 15 people. That's chicken nuggets, fresh fruit, and iced tea or lemonade. Winners will be contacted each Wednesday, and you can come see Tom and Bach from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the 48th and O location or at South Point each week. It's Tailgate Tuesdays all season long at Chick-fil-A in Lincoln. Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Nicole Griffith.
And welcome back in to the Ticket Weeknights. I'm Nicole Griffith. We are in studio, Big Sky and I, from 6 until 8 o'clock. We just had a memorable first segment. DP stayed a little extra after Old School with Jay Foreman. Jay did not stick with us, but DP did, and we talked absolutely no sports. So that's about how sports talk radio goes around here. So it's not like it's a busy week in sports or anything for any particular schools around here. But how Big Sky, how is the text line looking so far tonight?
It's been one of your best text lines yet.
Oh, okay. Well, what does that mean? I'm going to need you to...
Well, I think people really enjoyed imagining some of the ticket personalities dancing.
Okay.
Some were surprised that DP was allowed to dance in Utah before he came to Nebraska. Some people caught you slacking at the game. You were chumming it up with Sip on the sidelines.
Yeah.
It was actually, I'll give credit to my apparent mortal enemy, Kelsey, Mississippi Mud Dog.
Mortal enemy?
She does not like me at all.
Kelsey,
I would just like to point out,
we
Kelsey,
like Big Sky.
I was right about the Packers. All right, that's all I'm going to say.
Well, the NFC North sucks. We'll get to that as a Bears fan.
I live with a Bears fan, and he was about every emotion you could have been last night.
It was I don't even feel anymore. So, well, let's get to our first guest of the day. We are going to talk some Husker baseball with Ben McLaughlin with the Huskers. Ben, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, and excited to go.
Heck yeah. Literally my first question I have on here is, how the heck are you? I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm living, I'm living. Sun came up today, regardless if you're a Bears fan or Packers fan.
Yeah.
In my case, Chiefs fan. So the sun shined a little brighter today. But yeah, I'm kicking. We're in football season now, so couldn't be happier.
And family's good. Little girl's good.
Growing like a weed. I had a doctor's appointment today. Passes flying colors. So yeah, no complaints on this end.
I ask the very hard-hitting questions. So
these are the questions we like to answer.
Thank you. I pride myself on it. Exciting news this fall. Yeah, we're in football season. But we have baseball this week. We have Nebraska Creighton at home on Friday night. Are you what's going through your mind knowing we have baseball on Friday?
I think it's great. I spent last Thursday over there watching practice and getting my eyes on some of these newcomers, and there are 19 of them. So you better have a roster with you if you plan on going to the game. But yeah, it's great, especially Creighton. I mean, think about it. It's been over 2 years since Nebraska's played Creighton with the shortened 2019 season. And of course, last year, the conference only. So it's been a long time since Nebraska and Creighton have gotten to play baseball against each other, really before Will Bolt was back around. So I know the team's excited, and to just, get through those fall scrimmages against another opponent, it adds a little juice to you when you get out to the ball field that day.
Yeah, 19 new names. How do you even keep track of them? How do you learn them so fast? And who do you want people to be on the lookout for?
Yeah, I mean, I think this class was a little easier, to get guys on your radar because of where they ended up being ranked nationally. It's one of the highest recruiting classes this program's ever had. And a lot of these guys have been committed for a long time. So, to finally see, guys like Drew Christo and Chase Mason, who every Husker baseball fan was anxiously watching, in the July draft to see if their names would get called, to finally see them in Husker uniforms is pretty exciting. And I, to the second part of your question, those would probably be the first two names that I would be excited about if I were a Husker baseball fan. Of course, Drew Christo, related to Monty Christo, the former Husker quarterback, his son. So obviously a Husker tie there. And Chase Mason is just, he's not hard to pick out, let's say. He's one that you send off the bus first. He's a dynamic athlete, was a tremendous football player in high school. And, not doing anything right now. He's coming back from a bit of a knee injury, but he's going to be a really exciting player. And, obviously the Huskers, needing to revamp some pitching staffs, went and grabbed a couple transfer arms too, one from Texas A&M and one from down in the state of Arizona at Grand Canyon University. So there's no shortage of names. And, I think at this point, you're just excited to see what they can do.
He is Ben McLaughlin talking with Nicole Griffith on Ticket Weeknights. Ben, how how do you think this team's identity is going to be molded? Obviously, Will Bolt runs, nitty gritty over pretty style of play, but a lot of the last year we got the second year seniors or like Mojo, the players that have been in the program for so long, and now we have a lot of freshmen, sophomores, newcomers. What do you think their identity will be?
Yeah, there definitely is a passing of the torch. You think about some of the guys that aren't around anymore. You mentioned Mojo. I would put Joe Acker and Jackson Hallmark and Spencer Schwellenbach all in that category too. Guys that kind of bridge that gap from Darren Erstad to Will Bolt. There aren't very many of those guys left. There are still a couple around. Luke Roscom too. Throw him in there too. So while there are a lot of newcomers and there are a lot of players that played last year, there is kind of a passing of the torch of leaders, and you're going to start relying on guys like Kyle Perry and Cam Chick and Max Anderson and Bryce Matthews, some of these younger players that, haven't been around as long, but, they did have a year under some of those super seniors, and it was a very important year for a number of reasons. One, they had success, but two, they had a lot of time to spend with these seniors to see how a program is run. And I think that's really important. And, it's going to be a passing of the guard. And I would expect some of those names I mentioned, along with, maybe like a Shea Shanneman, to be the leaders of this team come February. But I would expect them, in terms of identity, to just follow in the footsteps of their head coach, right? They're not going to back down.
Yeah.
They're not going to be scared. And, they're going to take it to you, whether you're Arkansas or NJIT or anybody else.
Do you so they lost, the Huskers lost their Friday and Saturday night pitchers, Cade Povich and who's the other one? I'm already blanking on it. Chance Roach, mustache man. How could I forget? They have Shea, who was their Sunday pitcher. It is September 13th, but who do you think are some dominant arms? I know Colby Gomez is coming off of injury last year. Any pitchers that you think could get those Friday, Saturday spots?
I think two of the names we've mentioned already, right, was Shea, and I really think Kyle Perry is, if he can stay healthy, he's going to be not only a mouthpiece for this team, but an absolute leader. You saw him start and win the game against Arkansas down in the regional, coming back from Tommy John surgery. About 10.5 months after surgery, he was back on the mound pitching for the Big Red, which is pretty amazing. And then you've got the transfer from Grand Canyon, who was their Saturday guy last year. We mentioned Chance Roach. I think they're built very similarly. He's not going to blow you away with fastball velocity. He's more of a sinker slider guy. But, that's fine. That, as we found out, as long as you can control it, that'll play. And then, the attention falls on Drew Christo from Elkhorn South. The reports were he was up to 95 in his bullpen last week. And, he's a big time arm. So I think there's a fair amount of pressure to start in the rotation as a freshman, but I think he's definitely going to get a look.
He's Ben McLaughlin, joining me, Nicole Griffith, on Ticket Weeknights. Ben, how do you think the outfield is going to shape up? I know Mojo, I'm already losing all of their names already. Joe Acker, Mojo Heggie, and Jackson Hallmark are all gone. So how do you feel people are going to just learn the outfielders?
Yeah, that's a position that guys are going to have to battle over. And, I think Leighton Banjoff's probably the first guy that you turn to of guys that have been around here. Husker fans remember him well. Probably did not have the sophomore season that he was hoping to have in terms of at-bats, but that was a really crowded outfield with the guys that you mentioned. And you also had Logan Foster fighting for some innings out there as well. So you do lose a fair amount of your outfield production. But I would start with Leighton Banjoff. I think Chase Mason, the true freshman from South Dakota, if he's healthy, I think he's a day one starter, middle of the lineup guy. I really think he's that talented. And then I think that other spot, there's probably 3 or 4 guys fighting for that spot. Jaden Arakaki, the freshman from Hawaii. You had some players fighting for that spot last year that just were too young and couldn't quite get past that experience. I'm talking about Luke Sartori, Garrett Anglum, guys like that couldn't quite see the field. I think you're probably going to have 3, 4, or 5 guys battling for that last spot. And then, that's the whole point of fall and the early part of spring is you give guys reps and you let them go battle it out and see who can win it on the field. But you're right. It's going to be a whole new look outfield when the Huskers take the field in February.
Have you been around the team much? Like, have you seen like Rob? Have you interacted with Rob Childress a lot this off season? And how is he kind of adapting in his role and the players adapting to him?
Yeah, I mean, I think Nebraska hit a home run with getting him back, and I think he's very comfortable in his role. There was a lot of pressure down in College Station with the Aggies, having to compete at the top of the toughest baseball conference in America and the SEC every single year. And once it finally came to an end, and it was a great career he had at A&M leading into the College World Series a couple of years ago, I think he's ready to just kind of take a step back. He loves Lincoln. He has family in town, and just kind of take a step back and have a different approach, I think is very welcoming for him. And I know, for Nebraska to be able to have that type of experience on your bench as a resource, they're all in on. And he settled in well. He's building a great relationship with the players. And, obviously Will Bolt, trusts him with his life. So when he was let go, I know it was a hard day for Will, very mixed emotions, but I think in the back of his mind, he always kind of knew there was a spot for Rob and Lincoln. And, the Huskers are going to be a lot better baseball team because he's around.
Switching to Max Anderson, he was such a stud last year. What do you think? He's a sophomore, the Millard West, Omaha native. What is his ceiling at Nebraska?
I mean, I think he's kind of already shown that he can be a player recognized in All-American honors, in college baseball. He was recognized as a freshman All-American last year. I mean, the kid can just flat hit, and he is a really gifted hitter with a great swing, a natural approach. He's phenomenal upstairs mentally. I mean, nothing's too big for him, and it was really a shame that he got injured at the end of that regional in Arkansas, and the Huskers were without his bat the last few games down there. And the other thing that Max did was really develop his defense. He became a really solid third baseman, and he will be a high draft pick when he leaves here. I don't know if it's Spencer Schwellenbach high, early second round, but especially the work that he put in this summer in the Cape Cod League, being an all-star with the Bourne Braves. He's already on a lot of national radars, and that'll continue to be the case as long as he's healthy. He's without question an all-conference player and a player of the year in the league candidate as long as he's a Husker.
And these scrimmages against Creighton and Wichita State, are they on, like, can fans go? Can people watch? Are you calling them? How can people tune in?
So I do know there is going to be a stream of the games like there was last year on Facebook. Now I know at least one of the baseball games, the Huskers football team is playing, so I won't be able to do that one, but I know someone will be there to announce the games on Facebook, and I do believe they are going to open it up to fans. I'm not sure the process of, is it just going to be open gates? Do you have to acquire a ticket? I'm sure it doesn't cost anything, but I would just be on the lookout at Huskers.com, the closer that approaches, and there'll be all that information for fans on there.
And how is the team utilizing last season's exit against Arkansas? Do they talk about it much, or is it just kind of, do they use that as fuel? I mean, like I said, it is September 13th, but have you heard anything from being around the team that they're using that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's possible to not use that, right? I mean, being around those guys after Arkansas won that last game, and just they weren't satisfied. They weren't happy with beating them once, right? They come back and they drill NJIT and get another crack at them, or winning through 5 innings. They had a real chance to knock out the number 1 team in the country on their home field and go to a super regional for the first time since 2005. And I think deep down they all knew that was the last time that group of players was going to play together. And it hurt them. And so for the guys that are back, Kyle Perry, Cam Chick, Leighton Banjoff, that Max Anderson, Bryce Matthews, that core group, there's no doubt that sits in their belly. They talk about Omaha every day, and it's no longer a pipe dream. I think it is a reality that sooner or later this team is going to make it there. And I think they proved it to a lot of the national people and to themselves this last spring that they could do it. Right. And I think that's kind of where they're at right now. And I do think they carry with that Fayetteville regional with them a lot still to this day.
Well, he's Ben McLaughlin joining us on Ticket Weeknights. Ben, anything about Husker baseball you want to add before we let you go?
I think the fans are going to be really excited about the schedule. I would imagine it gets released next week. There's going to be some big time opponents on there. They play at some cool venues and some really, really big time teams coming to Lincoln in the non-conference. And it just feels great to have that back. So I commend the coaching staff for putting together a really competitive schedule. And I can't wait to see the fans' reaction when that drops again. I'd imagine that comes out next week. I think they're going to be pretty excited with who's on there. But yeah, anytime I get the chance to talk Husker baseball, whether it is Oklahoma week or not, I'm always taking advantage of it. So I appreciate you having me on.
Well, we've been doing this show for 48 minutes and we haven't talked one thing about football yet. So you know the priorities this week with Sports Talk Radio. So.
Oh yeah, and like you said, the best segments of Sports Talk are when there's no sports at all. So yeah, I think you've already early in your radio career, I think you've already picked up on one important key point.
Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it. Good luck this offseason, and we will talk to you soon.
Thanks, Nicole. Appreciate you having me.
That's Ben McLaughlin with the Huskers. He's talking Nebraska baseball. They have an exhibition, a scrimmage. They have a game this Friday at home against Creighton at 5:00, and then they have Wichita State October 2nd. That is Saturday. It's a game day. That game's at noon, and then the Red-White series is the October 11th, 12th, and 13th. So a lot of baseball happening this fall. You know, we were deprived of it last year because of the pandemic, but I'm excited for some baseball in the fall. We are going to take a break, and then we will close out the first hour after this.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Patchy fog a possibility this morning, then this afternoon becoming partly cloudy with a high near 88. Winds out of the south at around 10. We'll see a slight chance of thunderstorms very late tonight with a low down to around 64. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow and cooler with a high of 77. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and joining me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, are you there?
Yes, I am, Charlie.
Andy, when people drive by your lot, they don't see as many new Hondas as normal, but I'm told you have hundreds on the way.
We sure do, Charlie. We have more than 500 to choose from that are either here or on the way. Most of them are inbound.
Do you still have that great financing, Andy?
We do, as low as 0% APR financing on select new Honda.
What about used cars and trucks?
Well, right now we have more than 120 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, in just about any make or model. And we have over 50 certified pre-owned Hondas to choose from.
Andy, that is really great news for your customers. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Now that Ken Richards has purchased Broker's Agency, he and his professional staff will continue to provide their clients with the same excellent service under the Broker's Insurance Agency name. Broker's Insurance Agency works with more than 15 companies to help find the best policy for you to avoid any long hassles. Also, if you're looking to get into the insurance business as an independent agent, they have the formula to make that process smooth and successful. Call Ken with Broker's Insurance Agency today at 402-420-5353 or visit brokersinsuranceNE.com.
Don't settle for living with pain and discomfort. The therapy experts at Madonna Therapy Plus have enhanced safety protocols in place and are ready right now to help you return to health. Feeling good is vital to your overall well-being. Therapy Plus is open in Omaha and Lincoln for comprehensive physical, speech, and occupational therapy, all with enhanced in-person safety plus new telehealth options. So don't let wellness wait. Learn more and schedule an appointment at therapyplus.madonna.org.
Hey, sports fans, Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Join DP and Jay Foreman on Wednesday at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. DP will go 1-on-1 at 3 with Husker Online's Sean Callahan, and Jay joins in from 4 to 6 to preview the Oklahoma game and more. That's all this Wednesday at Tanner's at 30th and Yankee Hill.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Is your kitchen outdated and in need of a facelift? Kitchen Tune-Up in Lincoln specializes in 1 to 5 day kitchen updates. A 1-day tune-up is like taking your car to get detailed. And a 5-day job can tear out cabinets and put in new ones. And they work on both kitchens and bathrooms. You don't need to worry about a long, drawn-out process that leaves your house a mess for months. It's simply 1 to 5 days with these services. Call Jason at Kitchen Tune-Up today at 402-340-0008 or go to kitchentune-up.com for more info.
Toys and sports collectibles, 6200 Havelock Avenue.
Hi, I'm Kevin with Sports Fantastic.
And I'm Daryl at Stop and Shop Funko Pop.
We have 2 of the best collectible stores in the coolest place in Lincoln, in historic Havelock by Misty's. Sports Fantastic has tons of sports memorabilia for Huskers and other hard-to-find teams.
And Stop and Shop Funko Pop has all your Funko and anime needs. It's your one-stop shop on one block at 6200 Havelock.
6200 Havelock Avenue.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket, sponsored by Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, Tractor Supply Distribution Center, T.O. Haas Tire and Auto, Planet Fitness, Barnwood and Leather, and Vitalize Health. Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Nicole Griffith.
Hello, everybody. It's the Ticket Weeknights with Nicole Griffith. This show, okay, so we're getting a lot of feedback, apparently. Not even feedback, just questions. People are asking, is this recorded or is this live? This is live. We're doing it live. Big Sky and I hanging out in this room Monday nights from 6 to 8. I am live talking sports and not sports. It's really fun. We have coming up in 20 minutes, Monday Night Football. I'm going to turn around because I have the TV on behind me. That's not the game. Well, it's a commercial. The Baltimore Ravens are at the Las Vegas Raiders. Riveting game. I'm still sad about the Bears and the NFC North sucking last night, but I should be used to it. Big Sky, the Packer fan that you are, what did you think of A-Rod's performance?
Well, this is where the feud between Kelsey and I comes from. Is when
I think you need to
when this all started.
You need to explain who Kelsey is. You can't just first name
the
drop.
Mississippi Mud Dog on the text line.
Thank
Kelsey,
you.
she's also a Packers fan, and apparently also is Drumstick. I knew I liked Drumstick more than just the name, but Kelsey and I disagreed with this right away at the beginning of the whole Rodgers thing. I said, hey, you can ship him out if he's going to be a headache. I don't we got what we needed out of him. Let's just move on to the next guy because I believe in Jordan Love. Kelsey does not believe in Jordan Love, or she's just really into Aaron Rodgers. I don't know.
No
love for Love. And so I've just kind of been under the assumed attitude that I'm fine with whatever happens, but I would prefer that they get rid of a headache and a potential team cancer.
He's doing it on purpose.
And so
he's not that bad.
I have no idea what happened this weekend. I honestly quit watching because I had to do an audio assignment for one of my classes.
Oh, what was the assignment?
Well, it's the senior capstone, so we're journalists for the Nebraska News Service, and so I did a feature story about a country band here in Lincoln.
What's the country band?
It's the Noah James Band, and Noah James is a former track athlete for the university, so I had the connection built in already.
Fascinating.
Yes, it's totally, we didn't cross paths ever, and I didn't work with his group. I had not spoken to him extensively prior. It was not a
I'm not
conflict of interest.
I'm not grading you.
I know, I'm just letting the people know that it's not a conflict.
They don't
of interest.
care.
They do. My dad texts me all the time and asks me if like different Fox News and CNN stuff is conflict of interest.
Oh.
People are very interested in what is and what isn't conflict of interest.
No, they're not. Not for your story on an audio assignment for your class on a band.
Well, it's for the Nebraska News Service. We're legit.
Okay.
Kind of.
Well, it's a big week. Did you hear that there's things going on in sports in this town?
Are there?
Nebraska volleyball plays tomorrow night. Nebraska baseball plays Creighton on Friday. And then the game of the century 5.0 is on Saturday.
5.0?
By decades.
Okay.
50 years later.
Maybe like 0.5 by the performance that we're going to see from the teams out there.
Okay. Well, I know we need to take a break in a minute, so I don't want to dive too much into... We're going to talk Husker football on the other side of this break. We are going to have Parker Gabriel from the Lincoln Journal-Star, my friend. I'm going to call him my friend. I don't know if he claims me as his friend. And then we're going to talk Husker volleyball at 7:25 with Lincoln Arneal of the Omaha World Herald. And then we might talk, some other stuff like high school football, other things that come to my brain. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm struggling today because I had a headache this morning, which is on brand for after Husker football games because it's just sensory overload. I took a Tylenol. It ended up being a Tylenol PM. I'm a little drowsy. So I went to Dunkin' Donuts, got a medium coffee with an extra shot of espresso 2 hours ago. So now we're here trying to do a radio show. Parker Gabriel's back after this.
Uncle Tim, some friends and I are getting together this weekend. Can you buy us some alcohol?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Come on, it'll be low-key. My friends always say you're cooler than other adults.
Oh, well, all right. But don't let your mother find out and don't get caught. Hello, officer. What can I help you with?
Are you the uncle of Samantha?
Yes. Is she okay?
You're under arrest for procuring alcohol from minors. One of the minors drove drunk and killed the mother of two last night in a crash. You're looking at up to 3 years in jail and a $10,000 fine.
Don't make the same mistake he did. We need you to be the responsible adult. Underage drinking, adult consequences. There's no free ride if you provide. Learn more at projectextramile.org.
Sponsored by Region 6, Nebraska DHHS, and SAMHSA. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Join DP and Jay Foreman on Wednesday at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. DP will go 1-on-1 at 3 with Husker Online's Sean Callahan, and Jay joins in from 4 to 6 to preview the Oklahoma game and more. That's all this Wednesday at Tanner's at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Who wants to have some fun, Nebraska? Who wants to win $2,022? Who wants to win $1 million? Who wants to enter the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball's Rockin' 15 promotion? Hey, until September 25th, buy a Powerball with PowerPlay ticket to enter. 15 lucky people will win $2,022 and have a chance to win $1 million on New Year's Eve.
Powerball top prize odds $1 in $292 million.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is your go-to service call in Lincoln and Southeast Nebraska for expertise, convenience, and reliability. As your home and business needs expand, so do the services Action can deliver. Now positioned as Southeast Nebraska's premier installer of charging stations for electronic vehicles, they're always committed to a job done right. Give them a call or visit their website at actionlincoln.com. Action, your proud sponsor of the Ticket Postgame Show. Now Now that Ken Richards has purchased Broker's Agency, he and his professional staff will continue to provide their clients with the same excellent service under the Broker's Insurance Agency name. Broker's Insurance Agency works with more than 15 companies to help find the best policy for you to avoid any long hassles. Also, if you're looking to get into the insurance business as an independent agent, they have the formula to make that process smooth and successful. Call Ken with Broker's Insurance Agency today at 402-420-5353 or visit brokersinsuranceNE.com.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska Athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Angry about a recent Nebraska football loss? Go throw axes at Kraft Axe Throwing. Optimistic about the upcoming Nebraska football game? Go sign up for free football tickets at Kraft Axe Throwing. Bring some friends, reserve a bay for an hour or more, release anger at the targets by hucking an axe at it, and walk away feeling better about yourselves and the football season, just in time to enter for a chance to win a free pair of tickets to the next home game as you walk out the door. Reserve your lane online at craftaxethrowing.com or call 402-802-9696. Kraft Axe Throwing at 18th and N in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket is hiring. We're looking for a highly confident, driven, and energetic individual to join our team as a sales executive. You can begin your exciting career in sports radio at a locally owned independent station and work closely with our crew of on-air personalities. If you enjoy meeting new people and working with them to solve their marketing needs, this could be the job for you. Head to theticketfm.com for the complete job description and instructions on how you can apply. 93.7 The Ticket and BDP Communications is an equal opportunity employer.
Are you sick of mindlessly running on a treadmill or the lack of motivation to consistently work out? Whatever your challenge, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help. Whether you want to lose weight, boost energy, or simply improve your overall health, you'll fit right in at Farrell's regardless of age or abilities. Build endurance with their kickboxing and strength training group fitness classes while also getting nutrition coaching. Try Farrell's now for a free week. Visit fxblincoln.com or call Jeff at 402-310-4026. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket sports news go now.
I'm Enrique Alvarez-Clary. The Nebraska football team beat the Buffalo Bulls on Saturday 28-3 inside Memorial Stadium. Special team struggles appeared for the third straight week for the Huskers, leaving head coach Scott Frost scratching his head.
Two of our best players on our entire football team are Connor Cope and Cam Taylor-Britt. And Cam made a ton of good plays on defense. But, punt return bit us again. We got to scream and yell and get everybody away from that one. Not sure what's going on with Connor, but he'll get it fixed. I don't want it to turn into a mental thing for him. He's too talented.
Up next for Nebraska, the 50th anniversary of the game of the century and a trip down to Norman, Oklahoma to take on the Sooners. Nebraska linebacker Luke Reimer was named the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week today after finishing the game against Buffalo with 16 tackles and an interception, which he nearly returned for a touchdown. Reimer's 16 tackles are the most by a Husker since the 2015 season. Third-ranked Nebraska volleyball welcomed 20th-ranked Utah to Lincoln and dropped their first game of the year to the Utes. The Huskers took the first two sets 25-18 and 26-24, then dropped the following three 27-25, 25-22, and 15-13. Nebraska was led by freshman Lindsey Krause, who finished with a season-best 15 kills while hitting .317, while Nicole Hames posted her fifth straight double-double. Nebraska hits the road for the final time in non-conference play as they visit number 14 Stanford on Tuesday. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights.
Okay, here's the deal with Nicole.
Live from Copple Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
She's just going to tell it like it is.
Nicole is, she's very wise.
Sometimes you're not going to like it.
Here is your host, Nicole Griffith.
Hello, beautiful people of the Ticket. I'm Nicole Griffith, your host for Ticket Weeknights, Monday night, 6 to 8. We are live from the studio. People ask us, Big Sky and I are here in the studio talking. I'm doing the talking. He's doing the button pushing and the clicking and the music bringing up and down. People ask us if this is recorded or live. Very much live. So if I screw up, you heard it here first. Big week for Husker sports. We have Nebraska volleyball playing at Stanford tomorrow night. Husker baseball hosts Creighton in an exhibition scrimmage type thing. And then the game of the century this Saturday, Oklahoma, Nebraska. That's why we bring in our second guest of the show, my friend Parker Gabriel. I claim you as my friend. Parker, how are you?
Well, that's nice of you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Are you ready to drive your lawnmower down to Norman?
Yeah, I'm taking an RV actually. I mean, it was either that or a tractor, and I decided on the RV for obvious reasons.
Understandable. So I was not at the press conference today. I don't work Mondays for 10-11. But I work Mondays here at the station, Somehow I'm still talking about the sports. What I listened to it. What'd you take away? Obviously big week for the Huskers with the third ranked Oklahoma this Saturday.
Yeah, it was funny. I mean, one of the things that becomes clear quickly is, I think the last time these two teams played was 2010. And it's been longer than that, obviously, since the rivalry was really hot. I mean, it was obviously when they were both in the Big 12, obviously, they played a lot and all that. But, Ben Stilley, who's one of the oldest guys on the team, said 2010, that would take me back to being 13 years old. And Luke Reimer, who, in a good mood today, he's a Big Ten Player of the Week, Defensive Player of the Week, and all that, was up there. Smiling and laughing. He was insightful and all that, but he was obviously in a good mood. And at one point he said, so the game of the century, that was like in the 60s or something, right? And someone said 71. Oh, okay, sure, 71. Well, shows how much I know. And so it does, it's a lighthearted moment and all that, but I do think it speaks a little bit to the sense that for Nebraska's players, this is really about a chance to go measure up against one of the best teams in the country. The pomp and circumstance and the 50th anniversary of the 71 game and the feels about the old rivalry and all that, that's really not on the players' radar screen because they haven't been, it's not really in a lot of their football consciousness at all. I mean, they've heard about it now
because they're so
but
young.
It's really,
they don't even know about it. Or I mean, they know about it, but
right. I mean, you walk out of the if you're standing at the podium in that room on the 6th floor Memorial Stadium, you walk out back to the hallway past a photo of the Sports Illustrated cover that says, Oklahoma, the irresistible force against Nebraska, the immovable object. But it's just I hate that this is maybe sacrilege to say that, but it's just another photo in the press box for the kids, I mean, they don't, so for them, it's just, hey, the Sooners are really good. We're going down there. Let's see if we can make a statement.
And backing up. I think Luke Reimer is my favorite player on the team right now. I think he is so funny. He's just finds out that he's the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week from he didn't even know. He's yeah,
right.
Think for what? JoJo Domann tells him when they're lifting, and he's oh, I didn't know that. And then he's talking about the OU game. He's yeah, shows how much I just find him so funny.
The best part, maybe his best moment at the podium today though was when Frost after the game was asked about Reimer because he obviously had a great game, and Scott said that Reimer had lived in Lincoln, and Luke, he lived in Kansas growing up, and then he moved up here and played his last 2 years at North Star, and he happened to live right down the street from Scott's parents in town, and so he was Luke got asked today if he had known that, and Reimer was well, I mean, not when I moved to town, but once I went on a recruiting visit, and Frost asked me where I lived, and he said, oh, you live right down the street from my parents. And then someone asked him oh, so, but you never went there, went trick-or-treating or anything, right? And it drew a laugh from the crowd. But Luke didn't miss a beat, and he said, no, I did not trick-or-treat there, not when I was a junior in high school. which I thought was an appropriate way to.
Because he moved here when he was in high school. Like,
he was like 17.
Yeah, Scott kind of leading us a little bit astray, saying that he grew up next to him. But tomatoes, potatoes. When don't laugh at me, Parker.
I'm laughing with you.
Thank you. How big of a challenge is this game? Obviously, Turner Cochran spoke today about the O-line. Connor Culp, he's struggling right now. And Oklahoma's like not gonna show any mercy. So like, is there some room for concern for this Nebraska team?
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, they're going to have to play really well to have a chance at winning. The 23-point underdogs or 3-touchdown underdogs. I mean, I think the expectation from a lot of people on the outside would be, I mean, they're going to go down there and get kicked around. That's sort of what that would be the expected outcome. And frankly, like if they can't, they're actually like 22nd, I think, in the country right now in rushing yards per game. 238 rushing yards a game. Nebraska's at. But such an outsized portion of that is Adrian Martinez, and especially not even like in design run game, but like just scrambling around and then making big plays. It's like it's too big a portion of the diet on the ground for Nebraska right now is their reliance on Adrian. And so that to me, like if you can't run the ball effectively and you've got questions in special teams and you make a mistake and, if you get penalized 9 times for 71 yards like they did against Buffalo, and for sure if it takes scoring plays off the board like it did 3 times against Buffalo, that's a recipe for failure and probably for a blowout. Now, you say all that, and it doesn't need to be all negative coming off a 28-3 win where you could pretty easily make the case that Nebraska's offense should have scored 40 plus. And the defense, stopped the run and has held the last 2 opponents to 10 points. Obviously, Oklahoma's a little bit of a different ball game than Fordham and Buffalo. I think there's reasons for, I put it this way, I think there's reasons for Nebraska to feel optimistic about where they're at and about their ability to go down there and compete. But some of the things that cost them a chance to beat Buffalo by more or cost them a chance to win against Illinois have to be cleaned up, or you're just not likely to hang around with the Sooners.
Yeah, they're not hanging 76 on Western Carolina like Oklahoma is.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, look, Oklahoma too. I mean, Oklahoma, Tulane turned the ball over 3 times 2 weeks ago and still had the ball with a chance to win late in Norman. I mean, it was technically a home game, and it was cool that they painted the wave on the field and all that in Norman. But like, that was a game that Oklahoma was playing. They woke up in their own beds or in the hotel, in their own town or whatever, and went over to the stadium and almost lost to a Sun Belt school, despite the fact that team turned the ball over 3 times. Now, I think it's sort of been the MO that they have one of those and then they get it out of their system and then look out if you're on the schedule after that. But you never know. I mean, they're not infallible. That's the thing. So it's just a very interesting matchup to me. I think Oklahoma's got more than enough firepower to take care of business, but Nebraska's going to be the best defense they've seen so far this year, and probably by a good margin. And so I'm sure that Lincoln Riley's down there saying, hey, look, guys, we can't play the way we did 2 weeks ago if we're going to go beat this team.
Mm-hmm. Parker Gabriel, Lincoln Journal-Star, joining us on the Ticket Weeknights. Parker, Scott likes to start games fast. That was his identity at UCF. That is not really something that they have been capitalizing on the first 3 games of the season. And if you don't score early, it might be kind of dangerous in Norman. So how important is it to put up scores in the first quarter? And do you think that they'll be able to do that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it's obviously important. It's interesting because in 2019, I don't remember the exact numbers on this, but in 2019, Nebraska got on this run where they got the ball first and they scored. It was like 6 or 7 games in a row or something like that. And Adrian Martinez was like 20 of 20 over a 6-game stretch on the opening drive. And they went right down the field and scored on everybody. And looking back on it, like, well, a lot of good it did them. I mean, they finished 5-7 and all that. And so it's important, and it helps you get going in a game. And the bottom line is, like, Nebraska's going to have to score to beat Oklahoma. It's not
breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. Yeah, I know this is the sort of analysis you want.
No, it's great. This is very important. Very important facts.
But you're just not. I mean, just to me, like, stranger things have happened, I guess. But of all the things that could happen on Saturday, it just doesn't seem likely that you're going to see a 21-17 type game. Like, if Nebraska's going to win, they're going to have to put probably a bunch of touchdowns on the board. And so, like, yeah, it's obviously important to get off to a good start, but I don't think I think one of the things you've seen against obviously much lesser competition, Buffalo and Fordham, is that the offense didn't get off to a good start. And instead of packing it in and saying, well, we're stuck in the mud, they sort of found a way as the game went along. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it was 7 straight scores against Fordham and not quite that against Buffalo. But if you go down 10-0 or something like that on Saturday, or you don't score with your first 3 possessions, you at that point you have to say, well, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. We've just got to keep at it and hang in there and see if you can get back in the game. So yeah, I mean, it's always important. They would love to go right down the field and score with their first trip, but if you don't, then they're going to have to do what they're going to do a lot of the season, which is count on a defense to keep them in the game until the offense can get it going a little bit.
Some of those offensive weapons were out for the Buffalo game. Austin Allen went down with a head injury, went to the locker room. I saw him leave behind me. I was shooting the sideline, and then just literally 2 minutes later, he was back out. He didn't play anymore, but Frost said no one is ruled out for this game. Is there any any predictions you have for, like, who could have, like, a breakout game on the offensive side for Nebraska?
Yeah, it's a little bit of guesswork when you're talking about, who could come back from injury. I thought it was interesting that before the game on Saturday, both Travis Vokolek and Casey Rogers, who've missed the first 3 games, worked out on the field before the game. Vokolek, had a heavy wrap on his left ankle. Rogers had a sleeve and a brace over a knee. And so, I think those guys are getting close. With Austin Allen, when he got a head injury, typically there's just a series of established things that you have to do, protocol, so to speak, that you have to sort of clear through to get back. And I don't know this for sure. It seems like they've been being relatively cautious with Oliver Martin. So I don't know if they're going to get all 5 of those guys back. But I'd be surprised, and it wouldn't be good news for Nebraska, but I'd be surprised if all 5 of those guys, Allen, Vokolek, Manning, Martin, and Betts, if they were all, on the sideline for Oklahoma.
What'd you make of the running game against Buffalo? During the podium press conferences, we had Marquise Stepp just getting some weights in. He didn't play very much in the second half. Gabe Ervin had a couple touchdowns. What did you make of the running back rotation and performance this weekend?
Yeah, I think the only conclusion you can draw from it is that you want to actually be the second guy in the game. The first 2 weeks, Gabe Ervin Jr. starts, and Marquise Stepp's the guy who by the end of it is the most productive back. So they flip to Stepp, and by the end of the game, Ervin's the most effective guy in the game. So I think what you really want is not to be the starter, but to be the backup. But I think they're going to keep rotating those guys, and who gets the first carry, I'm not sure. It's sort of like, in basketball when it's like, okay, it's one thing to be a starter, but you want to be a finisher. Like who's the 5 that Fred Hoiberg's going to put on the floor coming out of the under 4 timeout in a 3-point game. That's sort of like the running back situation, right? Like, it's great to be the starter, but you want to be the guy who's on the field for a put-away drive, or for a drive where you got to go score to tie the game or something like that. And right now, they're really basing that, who's going to be the finisher, who's going to be the go-to guy down the stretch. It seems like they're really basing that on how the first part of the game goes. Each of the top 3, Stepp, Ervin, and Savion Morrison, 1, 2, 3, one series for each to start the game. And then they sort of molded the reps after that. So interesting way to do it. Not something you see all the time, but it's clearly what they think is their best path forward at this point.
Yeah, and we got some news today. There's a night game. It's a road game, Michigan State.
Yep.
I prefer night games. Shooting wise, they help a lot, but I won't be shooting this game. I don't travel to away games for football. Not yet, I haven't. But that's kind of exciting, right? I don't know. Do you care that it's a night game against Michigan State?
Newspaper people hate night games.
Okay. Oh, yes.
For deadline purposes. Yeah. I mean, they're fun. Look, it's fun. It's obviously fun. And it's better. It makes for a great environment and all that. But when you could be at 11 and you've got all day to write your stuff after the game, or you could kick at 6 and have 45 minutes. The choice is pretty clear from like a work standpoint. But no, it'll be cool. I mean, the last time you'll appreciate this as the fan of an NFC North team. The last time I was at Spartan Stadium, I was in college at Wisconsin, and I was writing for the student paper. And Kirk Cousins threw a Hail Mary, and so the Kirk Cousins Michigan State team beat the Russell Wilson Wisconsin team on a Hail Mary on the last play of the game.
Wow.
Brett Bielema was crying in the construction trailer where they do the post-game press conference. I was the only one down there because all the real newspaper people were up in the box, like scrap their stories and rewrite. And it was all just very bizarre.
Well, send me a copy of that article that you wrote. I would love to read it. So
I don't know if that exists anywhere on the internet, but maybe I'll take a look.
You didn't save your stuff?
I can't say that I probably did, but maybe I'll see if I can find out.
Well, he's Parker Gabriel, Lincoln Journal Star. Parker, real quick, any predictions, guesses, hopes for the Oklahoma game?
It would be, I think a shootout would be fun. I don't know if we're going to get it. I mean, Eric Schnatter wouldn't say it would be fun, but it would be interesting if it was close. I don't think it's impossible. I really don't. But at the end of the day, I think if you're just talking about the most likely scenario, I think it's going to be a challenge for Nebraska to keep, they've been a 25 to 30 point a game type team for a couple of years here. And unless they find a higher number than that, I think it's going to be tough to hang with Oklahoma. But hey, it's only Monday night. Got plenty of time till Saturday to change your mind on that.
Well, thanks for joining us. Go ahead and watch the Raiders-Ravens game. I'm assuming you're going to watch that. Big fan.
Yeah, I'm going to be glued to it for sure.
Can't wait. Okay, thanks for joining us, Parker. We're going to take a break, and on the other side of this break is Lincoln Arneal with the Omaha World Herald talking Husker volleyball.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Patchy fog a possibility this morning, then this afternoon becoming partly cloudy with a high near 88. Winds out of the south at around 10. We'll see a slight chance of thunderstorms very late tonight with a low down to around 64. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow and cooler with a high of 77. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you sick of mindlessly running on a treadmill or the lack of motivation to consistently work out? Whatever your challenge, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help. Whether you want to lose weight, boost energy, or simply improve your overall health, you'll fit right in at Farrell's regardless of age or abilities. Build endurance with their kickboxing and strength training group fitness classes while also getting nutrition coaching. Try Farrell's now for a free week. Visit fxblincoln.com or call Jeff at 402-310-4026. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Want a free pair of Nebraska football tickets? Head to theticketfm.com's contest tab and register for a free pair of tickets each week of a home game, courtesy of Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of Woods Brothers and 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Join DP and Jay Foreman on Wednesday at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. DP will go 1-1 at 3 with Husker Online's Sean Callahan, and Jay joins in from 4 to 6 to preview the Oklahoma game and more. That's all this Wednesday at Tanner's at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Are you sick of mindlessly running on a treadmill or the lack of motivation to consistently work out? Whatever your challenge, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help. Whether you want to lose weight, boost energy, or simply improve your overall health, you'll fit right in at Farrell's regardless of age or abilities. Build endurance with their kickboxing and strength training group fitness classes while also getting nutrition coaching. Try Farrell's now for a free week. Visit fxblincoln.com or call Jeff at 402-310-4026. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Tractor Supply Distribution Center in Waverly is now hiring for all shifts. They're a 24/7 facility and a clean environment to work in. There's potential to earn up to $25.25 per hour with opportunities for overtime. They also offer a retention bonus as new team members are eligible for a bonus as high as $1,000. Come be a part of the Tractor Supply team. Apply today at www.tractorsupply.jobs.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party postgame show on 93.7 The Ticket. Each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the team and coaches too. It's the Husker After Party postgame show, sponsored by Southeast Community College and N Street Drive-In.
Now that Ken Richards has purchased Broker's Agency, he and his professional staff will continue to provide their clients with the same excellent service under the Broker's Insurance Agency name. Broker's Insurance Agency works with more than 15 companies to help find the best policy for you to avoid any long hassles. Also, if you're looking to get into the insurance business as an independent agent, they have the formula to make that process smooth and successful. Call Ken with Broker's Insurance Agency today at 402-420-5353 or visit brokersinsuranceNE.com.
New owners means new lunch specials at the Fox Bar and Grill. They've just introduced tons of options on their new under $10 lunch menu. Small nachos grande, a classic cheeseburger, 4 boneless or traditional wings and fries, or a small single topping pizza for just $5 each. Try the mushroom Swiss burger or the pepper jack stack burger for just $6. And for just $7, try any of the classic steak Philly, club wrap, grilled chicken salad, or grilled southwestern salad. It's the under $10 lunch menu at the Fox Bar and Grill, just south of 14th and Pine Lake.
Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Nicole Griffith.
And welcome back into the Ticket Weeknights. I'm Nicole Griffith on this fine Monday night. Sorry, I bumped the mic, Ethan. Or Big Sky. So sorry I said your first name. It is a sports radio show, so I am going to give you a sports score update. The Ravens, the Raiders, 0-0. Monday Night Football. Very important information. We have had a busy show so far. Go back and listen to the podcast archives, or we are live on YouTube right now and Facebook Live, I think. We have talked Husker baseball, we have talked Husker football, and now we are going to talk Husker volleyball. We bring in our third guest of the show, Lincoln Arneal of the Omaha World Herald. Lincoln, what is happening? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
What is happening behind you?
Oh, I'm just watching Peyton and Eli talk about football.
Yes, I see a lot of people tweeting about it. What are they saying?
I don't know. I'm watching them. I'm talking to you. I'm listening. My full attention is listening to you.
Okay, perfect. Well, this is your, so I'm told this is your first time ever on the Ticket.
It is. I am a Ticket newbie, so it's exciting to be here. Even though, well, no, I have been on with Schaefer on the recruiting hour once.
Okay, so you lied. You're a liar.
I may have lied, but this is my first time at nighttime.
Okay,
on the Ticket.
Fine. We'll take that. You've been covering Husker volleyball for how long?
For the World Herald for 3 seasons.
Okay.
This is my 3rd season to cover with them.
And you were at so Nebraska suffered their first loss of the season against Utah on Saturday, a 5-set match. They lost 15-13. You were there. I sometimes go to volleyball. I had to go to the football game, or I got to go to the football game instead. But what were your takeaways from, the Huskers' first loss of the season?
It was a very different performance than what we saw Wednesday night against Creighton. I mean, Nebraska they were not as sharp. Passing was poor. That led to poor sets, and their attack was very erratic as well too. So it just kind of, they came out and played pretty well early on, but as the match wore on, the mistakes started to pile up, and Utah found a couple ways to terminate, and Danny Drews took over at times, and you let a team like Utah and her hang around, they'll find ways to pull it out. And they did so in the fifth set. Just kind of, Nebraska had 2 match points in that third set. I mean, there were 2 times they're away from securing the sweep. I mean, people were heading for the doors at that point. They thought it was a done deal, and Utah hung around. Nebraska gifted them some points, and they gifted them the match at the end of it as well.
What was Coach Cook's demeanor or kind of his message during the post-game interviews?
I wouldn't say it was necessarily somber, but you could tell, I mean, he was disappointed. He thought the opportunity was there and they let it slip away. And his message was, you got to play better. I mean, just, I think he was most upset, but the thing that he pointed to most was their attack. I mean, you look at their outside hitters, Maddie Kubik and Lexi Sun, that have been around for a few years. They had 1 more kill than error. I mean, I think Lexi was 8 kills, 8 errors, and Maddie had 6 kills and 5 errors. And when your outside hitters aren't terminating at a higher rate, and I think they had 60-some swings between the 2 of them, and when they're not terminating at a high rate and getting that many swings, the offense is really going to struggle. And that's what you saw from Nebraska.
And we know they're not going to go undefeated as much as we would like it to happen. Does maybe kind of their uncertainty with the rotation had any, he's like, Cook is playing so many subs right now. Like, they have Jalen Reyes, assistant coach Jalen Reyes, like in the back, like where all the players are, to like help with sub rotations instead of having him like on the bench. Do you think that will kind of hurt the Huskers, or Cook's just still trying to figure out his lineup and his rotations?
I think he's trying to figure it out too. And that was his other big message too, is that, I mean, I don't know how much he cares about these non-conference. Yes, they'd like to win it, but I think they're focused on the Big Ten, which starts next week. So I think that he's using these matches they have to figure out that best rotation. And I think that may play a little bit into some of the inconsistencies we saw. And I mean, Whitney Lowenstein had a couple big matches, and then Lindsey Krause is starting against Utah on Saturday night. Maddie Kubik played the first 2 sets at outside hitter, and then Allie Batenhorst comes in. So there is a little bit of inconsistency, but I think Cook's also trying to find the right recipe and find out who's going to play with the edge that he likes to talk about and really elevate their game to another level too. So I think that is, yeah, you're right. That is a little bit of the issue, is kind of an inconsistency, but we've seen earlier in this season, we saw a number of times a player would come in off the bench and really spark Nebraska to a new level. I mean, Ani Evans did that. Kayla Caffey's done that. Lindsey Krause even did that too. So Whitney Lowenstein did that. I mean, you've seen players do that, and they're ready to play when they come in off the bench, but hopefully you don't need to do that. You have players that are locked in from the start and can carry that energy and high level of play throughout an entire match.
Lincoln Arneal of the Omaha World Herald joining us on the Ticket Weeknights. How did Nicklin look coming off of that kind of ankle injury? Did she look up to par? Pretty good in that, going 5 sets, going the distance.
I think physically she looked okay. I mean, her sets were a little bit erratic as well too. This was not her best setting match. Again, what's so puzzling is that you saw against Creighton, Nebraska played really well and played their best match of the year, and then 3 days later on Saturday they did not. And I think Nicklin even admitted that as much after the match, that she didn't put her hitters in the right position to where they were able to do stuff with the ball. I mean, there was a lot of tight sets, a lot of low sets. The middle blockers kind of disappeared. Kayla Caffey wasn't as big a factor as she had been. And she had 10 kills, but hopefully, I mean, that's still only 2 kills per set. And when she's on fire, she can get up 3 or 4 kills per set when they're really utilizing her. So, and I think that struggled too. I mean, Lindsay Krause, most of her kills came from the left side where, I mean, for 5 rotations, she's playing, or the other rotation, she's playing on the right side, and she wasn't getting very many killable balls out there. So Nicklin did not have her best game as setter, but I think she was fully aware of that after the fact, and hopefully will rectify that. And that also then is attributable to a little bit Nebraska's passing wasn't as sharp as well too. So I think that contributed a little bit to Nicklin's struggles, but she was aware of her shortcomings after the match.
So they play tomorrow night, a Tuesday night game. They play Stanford. Stanford has already played Minnesota and Penn State. They beat Penn State in 5, lost to Minnesota in 4. How do you think the Huskers will respond on the road, especially coming off their first loss?
I think they'll be ready for it too. I mean, they took an extra day. This was even before Saturday's match. They had planned to leave on Sunday to get out to California, get a practice in the Stanford's arena out there before the match tomorrow. So I think they'll be ready to play. But again, with the team with as many interchangeable parts and some young people, a lot of freshmen who are playing in a true road environment for the first time. Because I mean, yes, they played at Creighton, but that was, I don't know, that crowd was like 60-40 in favor of Nebraska. It wasn't a truly hostile environment. So it'll be interesting to see how the freshmen kind of respond to that. But I think this isn't the Stanford juggernaut that we've seen in previous years too, when they won those multiple national championships with the Catherine Plumbers and Jenna Grays as well too. So it's a little bit. It's still a very good Stanford team, but it's not as dominant as they were in the past. And I think I watched a couple of their matches this weekend again, that Pac-12 Big Ten matchup that you talked about, and I mean they're solid. They're very good, but I think if Nebraska plays like they did on Wednesday against Creighton, they have a very good chance to come out ahead.
And the Huskers, they dropped to 6 in the national polls. I don't know. I think we take this team for granted. People are like, and the Huskers dropped to 6th. Like, how dare they? Oh, like, can you believe it? I know. Like, I mean, they'll get it figured out. They're not going to go undefeated for the whole year. Who has surprised you, or who has stood out to you so far of the freshmen? Because we know they have like 6 stacked freshmen coming in.
I think they all have. I mean, they've all really impressed. I mean, Lexi Rodriguez was really impressive. She was kind of the one that I pegged that. I mean, everyone talks about the hitters, but so far this season, Lexi Rodriguez has really been an anchor on defense to really kind of provide a spark. Her passing, I mean, she makes 1 or 2 diving saves or digs that just, I'm kind of like, whoa, that was really impressive. 1 or 2 times per match where she just does that too. So I think she's been the most impressive and most vital freshman. But then you look at some of the hitters too. I mean, Whitney Lonstein she has a rocket for an arm. And then Lindsay Krause on Saturday against Utah, she had some of the biggest swings too, especially from the left-hand side. So she has a very powerful arm too. And then, I mean, Allie Batenhorst, she's gotten a few moments to shine too. But I think those 3 of Rodriguez, Lonstein, and Krause have kind of been the 3 most impressive so far that we've seen.
Yeah, they're kind of holding Allie back a little bit, aren't they? She's been dealing with a nagging injury, I guess.
Yeah, she sat out that first weekend with, I don't know what exactly, John Cook never really said what it was, and he even kind of hinted afterwards that had she not been injured, she might have started that. So, and she's kind of come on in a substitute role. She had one match where she started against UNO, and it did not go well for her. I think she had 3 or 4 errors and didn't record a kill before she was kind of substituted in for at the end of the first set. So she had a little bit of a slow start. And I mean, if she had been fully healthy from the get-go, she had some talent there. I mean, she was one of the major attackers on the under-18 national team that went to Belgium and the Netherlands earlier this summer. So she has the talent right there, but I think it's putting it together and also finding a spot in her for the rotation because she is behind Kubik and Sun on the depth chart. But hopefully she'll come along when she gets rid of that little injury nick and comes back strong.
And one player I'm really interested in wanting to see more of is Callan Meyer. It seems like whenever the Huskers need kind of a little bit of a spark, she comes in. What can you tell us about the superior Nebraska native?
She has a big presence at the net too. I mean, I think her blocking is ahead of what her attacking right now. I mean, you saw they used her a lot in that first home weekend where they had the second weekend, sorry. And she really has a good presence in the net. I think she's working on the attacking side. She's a very good athlete. You can tell that when she's on the court. I mean, multiple gold medalists in track, that she has a lot of that power and strength from being a thrower. But I think she's still working on that slide attack. She's not as natural and explosive as she could be eventually. So I think that she has a good presence at the net. I think she's still a work in progress, but the skill is definitely there. I mean, you see that she has the potential to be a good one in the middle.
And the Huskers, so they play tomorrow night, and then they're back at home. This is Husker volleyball. They play Louisville Saturday, and then Big Ten then the Big Ten play starts in 9 days. Who are some Big Ten teams that you think are? I mean, obviously they always talk about how the conference is just stacked in volleyball. Who are some teams that the Huskers are looking out for specifically?
Well, I think when you're looking at that, you look up in the rankings and who's at the top of the ranking. I mean, Texas is number 1, but there's Wisconsin right behind. Sorry, Wisconsin's up there. Purdue's really has a good lineup returning. They got a couple of their really big hitters coming back, Grace Cleveland and a couple other ones. They've been ranked in the top 10 before they lost this last weekend. Ohio State, they were kind of the surprise last year. They had a new head coach and Jen Flynn Oldenburg, and they really have Emily London also playing in that under-18 national team, and she was the star of that team as a freshman last year. And I think they're ranked 3rd right now, so they're another good one. And then there's the typical Penn State will be good, Minnesota will be good, then Nebraska's in that group as well too. So there's a solid 6-7 teams there that are among the top 16 teams that should all host first and second round matches come postseason. So it'll be interesting. But I think Nebraska's schedule really breaks well. I mean, they don't start off hard right away. They start off with at Northwestern, and they host Iowa that first week of Big Ten play. So they get a nice kind of ease into the gauntlet that is the Big Ten Conference.
Mm-hmm. Well, Lincoln Arneal, thank you for joining us. He's with the Omaha World Heralds, giving us some expertise on the volleyball team. They play at Stanford tomorrow. Appreciate the time, and we will catch up with you soon.
Yes, and in case the Husker fans wanted any more bad news, Utah, coming off that big win, they lost to Boise State tonight. So they went to in front of 8,000 fans in Lincoln, Nebraska, then they lose in front of 700 fans in Boise tonight. So that hurts a little bit.
It's probably that like Husker hangover a little bit.
Yep.
They probably have.
That's a weird scheduling too. Weird scheduling, but yep, they'll rebound. Nebraska fans will be fine.
Appreciate the time. We are going to take a break, and then we will wrap up the show next.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At Mountain Dew, we support the best and baddest disaster relief group in America, Team Rubicon. To show our support of Team Rubicon, Mountain Dew put in $1 million. And now you can help Team Rubicon too. Look for specially marked Team Rubicon bottles of Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew, and Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Enter for a chance to win weekly prizes at MountainDewTR.com and donate to Team Rubicon. You'll earn exclusive rewards when you do. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 and older. Subject to rules at MountainDewTR.com. Ends 10/3/2020.
Are you sick of mindlessly running on a treadmill or the lack of motivation to consistently work out? Whatever your challenge, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help. Whether you want to lose weight, boost energy, or simply improve your overall health, you'll fit right in at Farrell's regardless of age or abilities. Build endurance with their kickboxing and strength training group fitness classes while also getting nutrition coaching. Try Farrell's now for a free week. Visit fxblincoln.com or call Jeff at 402-310-4026. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Want a free pair of Nebraska football tickets? Head to the ticketfm.com's contest tab and register for a free pair of tickets each week of a home game, courtesy of Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of Woods Brothers and 93.7 The Ticket.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska Athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Join the team and call the shots. Now calling for adult and youth team sports officials for Lincoln Parks and Recreation. Officials must be at least 16 years old for youth sports and 18 years old for adult sports. Officials are paid $20 a game and are expected to be physically able to run the field or court with players for an entire game of approximately 55 minutes, work well with coaches, and have the ability to accept criticism and work well under pressure. If you'd like to be a team sports official, call 402-441-7982 to learn more, or go to teamsideline.com/LincolnNE.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Patchy fog a possibility this morning, then this afternoon becoming partly cloudy with a high near 88. Winds out of the south at around 10. We'll see a slight chance of thunderstorms very late tonight with a low down to around 64. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow and cooler with a high of 77. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Angry about a recent Nebraska football loss? Go throw axes at Kraft Axe Throwing. Optimistic about the upcoming Nebraska football game? Go sign up for free football tickets at Kraft Axe Throwing. Bring some friends, reserve a bay for an hour or more, release anger at the targets by hucking an axe at it, and walk away feeling better about yourselves and the football season, just in time to enter for a chance to win a free pair of tickets to the next home game as you walk out the door. Reserve your lane online at craftaxethrowing.com or call 402-802-9696. Kraft Axe Throwing at 18th and N in Lincoln.
Tractor Supply Distribution Center in Waverly is now hiring for all shifts. They're a 24/7 facility and a clean environment to work in. There's potential to earn up to $25.25 per hour with opportunities for overtime. They also offer a retention bonus, as new team members are eligible for a bonus as high as $1,000. Come be a part of the Tractor Supply team. Apply today at www.tractorsupply.jobs.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket. Sponsored by Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, Tractor Supply Distribution Center, T.O. Haas Tire and Auto, Planet Fitness, Barnwood and Leather, and Vitalize Health. Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Nicole Griffith.
Hi, everybody. Welcome into the last segment of Ticket Weeknights with Nicole Griffith. We are basically done. This hour, 2 hours went by really fast. Big Sky. He doesn't have the microphone near him, so he's not going to talk. But quick score updates for you, because this is a sports radio show. It's a commercial, so I can't see what the score is of the NFL game, and I can't find it on ESPN. I'm looking. I'm trying really hard. I think it's 0-0. Oh, 7-0. The Ravens have scored with under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Big week for Husker athletics. Volleyball plays tomorrow night at Stanford. Baseball hosts Creighton in a scrimmage. And on Friday night, 5 o'clock, and then the Oklahoma game. I don't really have a score prediction for the Oklahoma game. I just hope Nebraska starts fast. I hope the O-line hangs in the trenches, and I hope the Huskers are able to get the running game going, because once you get the running game going, that opens up the passing game. Riveting analysis, I know. Someone tweeted at me that this part of the last part of the show should be a Chicago Bears vent session. I am fully in support of that because the NFC sucks right now, and it hurts my heart. Big Sky is a Packers fan. I know we have a lot of Vikings fans listening. If you are a Detroit Lions fan, I'd love to hear from you. And then also, I'm a Bears fan, and it's very painful. But all the teams lost, so we're all in a lead for the division standings, conference standings. Division. Same thing. Not really, but. What else do we have going on this week? Oh, I need recommendations. I'm hungry. And where should I go eat tonight? I'm sad that Fly Dogs is closed. Muchachos is closed on Monday nights. I need somewhere to go. So text us 402-464-5685. You have 2 minutes to get your dinner recommendations in for me. I don't want Chipotle and I don't want Chick-fil-A because I eat that enough during the week when I'm at work. But I would love to hear because I'm running out of ideas. I also don't know what to say. Big Sky, come here. Come join me, please.
You know, I had a mic right in front of me, and you said
I
he
couldn't
doesn't have
see
a
it.
mic in front of him,
Well,
so he's not going to
you
talk.
always put it like
It was right in front of my face, and you're just like, he's
I was
not going to
looking at
talk.
that one.
It's all right.
Has anyone texted in yet?
No, we have no suggestions.
So I'm just gonna starve.
No, you're not going to
I'm
starve.
not gonna eat.
There are options if no one says anything.
No, there's not. There are none.
What are you in the mood for? Pasta?
I don't know what I'm in the mood for. Have you ever seen that Notebook? Have you ever seen the Notebook? You know when
Like
he's
the
like,
movie?
Yeah, the movie, and he's like, "What do you want?" She's like, "I don't know." That's me all the time when it comes to food.
Oh, La Paz, Freddy's,
I do enjoy Freddy's. I might go. I kind of like. I would.
and there's one right up O Street.
I could get a hamburger, the little fries. We had a busy show today. You can go back listen to the podcast because I don't think they. Well, it's not a podcast. The podcast archives because they don't clip my shows. For the podcasts on like Apple and Spotify. I can never find my show.
It's not set up to go there yet.
Yes. So you have to go to the website if you want to listen. This show is live. Ticket weeknights. We go from the ticket goes from 6 to 8 p.m. and then 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Big Sky went until 10 p.m. one night.
Every Wednesday now.
Every Wednesday. I mean, we might as well just go till midnight. Why not? What's your guys' show called?
It's the Ticket Weeknights.
The Ticket Weeknights.
Join the team and call the
later.
shots. Now calling for adult and youth team sports officials for Lincoln Parks and Recreation. Officials must be at least